This is Perspective. My name is Lawrence Umoite. Conflicts are part of democratic process. In many cases, it's the ability to use democratic means to resolve conflicts or disagreements that measure the level of democratic presence in a group or society. For a while now, the People's Democratic Party, just like other counterparts in the country, has had its fair share of internal wranglings, disaffections, disagreements, and sometimes outright disenchantment. Despite public posture of the leaders of the party who try to sometimes downplay the current situation, party members are apprehensive of the consequences of a late resolution of the crisis or an outright non-resolution. On Perspective today, we will revisit the issue again, and my guest is very qualified to talk about this topic. He is Chief OLABODE George. He is a retired Commodore of the Nigerian Navy, a former military governor of Ondo State. He spent 25 years serving his country in the armed forces. And he's also a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party. In actual fact, a former deputy national chairman of the party. Welcome to Insight, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure to be with you this afternoon.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you at such a short notice.
Well.
Okay, all right. Straight up, sir. You have trended recently for calling for the resignation of the chairman of the PDP, Senator Iyorchia Ayu. What do you have? What do you have against Senator Ayu?
Ayu is my very good friend. I have absolutely nothing personal on this issue. And when you get to a point when you know that there are issues that can undermine the progress of the party, no matter whose box is God, we must tell truth to power. Ayu is my very good friend, and I have nothing personal against him. But when we get to the tactical table, we must be prepared to look at issues, without any emotions, and take a decision. And because we want this aspect of the norm created by the founding father, that all zones must behave inclusivity. You must respect every zone's demand to be part and parcel of our administration. It is the collective responsibility of the party to move as a full body that drives us to enter back the villa. When we looked at the issue, even him, at the time he took over as chairman of the party, because he is also a founding father of the party, he made a statement, and your word must be your bond. He stated, and I quote, that if the presidential candidate comes from the north, I will resign. Now, here we are. I have reshaped the party like the human body. If your hand asks you that please give me some help, and you say no, you are not part of me, you will see the consequences. If your eyes are asking the body, do something for me, and you refuse to do it, you will see the consequences. Because we are going into the throes of a serious battle to flush out these incompetent people, the APC, a party of strange bedfellows, a contraption called a party that has set all avenues of development to the canvas. Who is happy in Nigeria today? So we must work together without mincing our words, everybody, every part of the body must feel that sense of belonging. And that's why we are saying it. It's a compromise. I remember when I became the Director General of the presidential campaign, at the end of that exercise, we won. The operation was seamless because whoever is Director General is like a revolving door. Is the admin chief who is to package when you are to go to this local area for campaign, how many people will go, what are the requirements for the movement, and that's all the Director General does. But the national chairman of the party still leads the full campaign. And we are saying the president's structure as it is configured does not take care of the Southwest. So what is wrong? Let him honor the statement he made earlier and drop, in the interest of this nation, in the interest of our party. It has nothing to do with personality. He's my friend, he's my brother. But let us also have a sense of inclusivity in the Southwest. That yes, we can go to the podium to canvass and campaign for our people, that the PDP is a party. This is the party that had made sure that every part of this zone has something to bring home for you. If you don't, like some people are saying, wait until the election, then we'll go to the convention. Are we not going to do election? Are we not going to canvass to the people to convince them that this is what we have brought back home? This character in Bodyland here claims he's a Yoruba man, and he will use that effectively to canvass to the people.
Okay, Chief, I recall that in August 2021, you were also very stringent in your call for the sack of the then national chairman, Prince Uche Secondos. Is this a case of lightning striking twice?
No, it is not. By the time we were calling for Secondos to take a bow and get out, they have mismanaged the party. The party was part of the mess is what we are all trying to revisit now, to restabilize the platform called PDP. I saw it. They were not really fully on board with the party. All the norms, the culture, the activities of the party we were drifting very, very badly. I saw it coming, and I said, no, something has to be done. We must get rid of these people. That they really mismanage the party. And I don't want to go, when you have a family duel like this, you don't go to the public place or to the marketplace to start throwing tantrums and doing your...
But it's already in the marketplace.
No, it's not yet in the marketplace. We are talking generally now, because we must carry the electorate along with us. You see, our party has the ability. Our party has people, experienced people, respectable people, committed people, people who have served this nation meritoriously. So those people must be ready to speak the truth to power. If things are going wrong, leaders must come out. We have a saying in my part of the world, when you have an old man somewhere, children will not misbehave because you will correct them. That's the essence of which we are now on. I'm not interested in whatever it is. The most important thing to me is that the party must remain stable. There are three major straddles that hold the party, that allow it. It's a three-legged body: fairness, justice, and equity. Those three tripods maintain the stability of the party. Once any one of them is removed, we keep wobbling. If another two are removed, then we will crash. So to prevent us from crashing, we are saying it. It's an issue we can resolve. You will remember, apart from the Secondos zone, when we had this issue of zoning, you remember that we said zoning must be to the south. Presidential zoning must come to the south.
Okay.
Now, it became a very, very heavy debate. But I love this party. You know why? Because when we get to the crux of the matter, people will come with ideas. People will come without any hangers on. They will come with their depth of knowledge, with their sincerity, without biases.
Okay.
That was how we were able to resolve that crisis of zoning. And haven't done that, that zoning, it would have blown the party into pieces. But they set up a committee, we looked at it, you know, issues were canvassed for and against, and sense of rationality won. We begged ourselves, based on moral suasion, based on camaraderie, based on the unity of the party. All right. So that give unto Caesar what is Caesar, and unto others what will be there. That's all. All
right, Chief Bode George. Before we move on to some other issues concerning the party, I just can't help. I just can't help but wonder, what is it in that office? I'm talking about the office of the national chairman of PDP, because if you look at in the last since 1998, the party has had about 15 national chairmen, and apart from Prince Uche Secondus and perhaps Chief Audu Ogbe, none of the others have spent more than 3 years. In fact, in 2010. We had two chairmen, Okwesilezi Onwodo and Dr. Haliri Mohammed. What is it in that office of the national chairman of the PDP?
You know, numero uno. That is the chief, the leader of the party, the chief manager of the party. If you don't have a chairman, it becomes a headless organization. The chairman of the party takes a hell of a lot of responsibility. Let me tell you one thing. As we go into this season, this period of election, all the members of the campaign committee that will be inaugurated very soon, you know who leads them, including the DG of the campaign. You know who leads them is the national chairman. He is the face of the party. Is the emblem. Is the replica that you portray the norms, the culture, the attitude, the framework of the party to manage those millions of people who are card-carrying members of our party. It's not just some unimportant position. Whatever he says, it will carry a lot of weight. It is so important. And if you look at the way the founding fathers started this game, they knew in French Republic that in most of the regions, majority tribes will have their way and their say. Minority tribes will be onlookers, both in the north and in the south. That created that unnecessary friction that led us to the Civil War. So once the military got involved, military and now in and out, and then in 1998, the founding fathers of our party got together, irrespective of their own political leanings. Because if you see Chibola Igeku, that he sat in the same room with OLABODE, with Alex Ekweme, with Papa Solomon La, with Rimi, with Papa Professor Aminu and all those other people, Siroma and all that. They sat together to say, listen, we must find a solution to what has been the greatest headache and obstacle to the progress of this country. And how did they do it? They divided Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. All right? That's not in our constitution, of the national constitution. But they came up with that brilliant idea. And they now decided that there will be 6 top positions in the land. The president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker of the house, the secretary to government, and the national chairman of the party. You can see that they have woven both the legislative, the executive, and the party in one. Now, out of those 6 top position, 6 zones. Every zone will go home with one of these to confirm to the people that they are also warmed up into the system. Because, like we say in my local parlance, if you have and I don't have, there can't be peace. We say it in the local parlance that Ijo Kokin Sherujo. In other words, no Ijo man is higher than any Ijo man.
Okay.
We are all members of the association. We must be part and parcel of it, and it must be so honored. So, after 8 years, all positions that have been in the north will come to the south. All positions in the south will go to the north. So, someday, somehow, those in the minority can become the president if it is zoned that way, and we continue in that manner. That means we have resolved the issue of majority having their way, minority just being onlookers.
Okay.
Secondly, that's how this whole thing started, and we cannot wish it away now. We are saying here now, okay, currently, the national chairman is from the north. The presidential candidate is from the north. Chairman of the board of trustees is from the north. Governors Forum chairman, current Governors Forum chairman from the north. Chairman of retired Governors Forum, also from the north.
Okay.
What do I go to the field to tell my people this is what we are bringing home for you?
Okay.
Simple.
Okay. Let's look at another issue tied to this issue of the chairman of the office. Now, in the Southeast, members of the Southeast who are members of your party are also laying claim to this position. Would the Southwest concede that office to them?
You know, let me tell you something. We have what we call Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. Of all these zones you have mentioned, which zone has never occupied that position?
Okay, if that is
no. I'm asking you. Which zone has never since 1999?
Obviously, it's the Southwest, but the Southwest has also produced the president.
What is good for the goose is good for the gander.
The Southwest has also produced the president, so that argument can also be used by the Southeast.
No, that's for the president. That's for the president. That's the chairman. Position of president, that is the executive. We are talking now, like I told you, when those founding fathers got together and created this 6 top positions and 6 top zones, they merged, they related the executive with the legislative and the party. So when you are talking about legislative and executive, and what about the Southeast? Haven't they been Senate president and so many times Senate president and deputy Senate president and all this? So these positions are so established. I am not saying that they don't deserve to be president. Something led to it. This meeting we had to resolve it, that allowed everybody else to have come out to say yes. Let everybody come out and contest. Ideally, it was the turn of the South, and it would have gone to the Southeast.
Okay.
The way it is done, don't let us perpetuate illegality. It's not going to hurt the party. The Nigerians are now more conscious. Nigerians are now more ready to listen, to see who can be trusted to manage the resources of this country equitably for the benefit of all Nigerians. That is the way we are now. Otherwise, the cloud of Armageddon is hovering over this nation, and we got to be very careful.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Perspective on Citizen FM 93.7, and we are discussing the happenings in the PDP. And I have as my guest Chief OLABODE George, who is a retired Commodore of the Nigerian Navy, a former military governor of Ondo State, and also a chieftain of the PDP, and he's been talking about the issues in the PDP. Perspective will take a short break, and we will be back. When we come back, we will throw our phone lines open so that you can call in, and if you have questions for Chief Olabode George, then that will be the time. Chief Olabode George, please hold on. We are taking a short commercial break, and we will be back very soon.
No problem. No problem.
This is our journey. We have had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated. This is our journey. We have had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
Thank you for staying tuned. This is Perspective on Citizen 93.7, and we are discussing the happenings in the PDP. And Chief Olabode George is our guest, former National Deputy Chairman of the party. Chief Olabode George, thank you for staying tuned.
Yes, Lawrence, I have one other thing too, as a quick reminder. You know, I decided to bear my mind. While I'm doing that, I want to appeal to the Atiku group and the Wike group to share their thoughts.
Chief Olabode George, that was exactly the next question I was coming into.
I want them both to share their thoughts because the party is bigger than any individual. We cannot have any organization this big without having disagreements. We can disagree, but we must never be disagreeable. Please, on both sides.
Okay.
First of all, I want to remind my young brother, Governor Wike, as a Christian, he should go. I refer him to the letter of Paul to the Romans, chapter 12, verses 9 to 21, and in particular, Romans 12, verse 12. Let your hope keep you joyful. Be patient in all troubles and pray at all times. Vengeance is the Lord's, not yours. Calm down. Whatever you have been destined to be in your life, you will get it, no matter who. And to his bigger brother, Vice President Atiku, I want to appeal to him. There are too many cacophony of voices trying, and I am seeing that those voices are not helping matters. I'm not even sure if they are not the fifth columnists trying to destabilize our party. You are an experienced man. You are a very seasoned administrator. You can rise above this shenanigans and calm all the nerves. Everybody is looking up to you to be the father, to be the leader of the party, to rise and calm and cool and kada. I beg you.
Okay.
Let your voice rise above those pettiness. That's on all sides. And let the sense of the people of reason come up and resolve this like we did for the zoning crisis. All
right, Chief Body George, you are a respected member of this party. Could the party leadership have handled this issue differently?
Yes, yes, they have had certain meetings. I have been not attended, but I have my voices. I have spoken to many of people. You see, the board of trustees, the upper chamber, is the moderating chamber when there are crises. But is there any respect now for board of trustee members?
Why is that? Why is that so? Why is that so?
Why is it so?
Yes.
It's part of organizational problem. There is no organization that is perfect. But when you are, woolly, you now just knock everything back to shape and listen. Because when a kid is cutting a iroko tree in the bush, it's only the old man who knows where that tree will fall. Listen to them. Don't allow this contraption called party to be sending tantrums and encouraging division in our party. I could hear their cacophony of voices. We must rise above this. Like we were able to resolve the crisis about zoning. You remember it was a very thorny issue, but we were able to resolve it. So at the same time, now that we have this, because it is still not unconnected with that zoning principle, let's bury it once and for all. Let IU honor his pledge, and that's the last hurdle before we will go out. It's the last hurdle. What does it take? Is what should be his bond. He knows the consequences of holding on to it. You will be disenfranchising another very important part of the party if you go on like that. Lagos has the highest registered voters in this country, followed by Kano. So if we are not, and this guy is coming from our end here, what do we have to go to the public and converse to them that this is the party you can depend on, you can vote for? They respect you, they love you, they want you, and so respectability, is double faith. That's what we are saying. It has nothing to do with personality, because the interest of the party must be higher than any individual. That's why I've appealed to the two major people. Everybody is going today. They say they go to court, or tomorrow they are not in court. There are people who are throwing tantrums.
All right.
And the thing for me, if you are on your journey of life to your destination, it's not every dog that barks at you that you throw a stone back. If you keep doing that, you won't get to your destination. I want to appeal to our people. Let us coolly temper.
All right.
Calm down.
All right.
And head back.
Chief Bode Judge. The phone lines are now open. You can call us on 0903 222 9797. That's 0903 222 9797. Or you can call us on 0808 2222 037. Or in the alternative, you can call us on 0818 222205. We have Chief OLABODE George, former Deputy National Chairman of the PDP, in the studio. He's been talking about the issues surrounding the PDP. And also, we're on live stream on YouTube. You can watch live proceedings in the studio by typing in a perspective on Citizen 93.7 Abuja, and you will be following us. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on any of these numbers, and we will react to it. And we have one message here. It says, thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Citizen FM, for this opportunity. It's always a pleasure listening to Citizen FM. Thank you so much. His name is Dr. Abiodun Fadikpe. Says, writing in from Wuse too. He says, I'm so delighted to hear the voice of my big Egbon on your station. And he says, I'm wondering, before his last response, I was wondering if we have elders in the party, why is this crisis taking so long? Chief Bode, I'm sure you have spoken to that question.
Well, I have spoken to that, and at the same time, there were meetings that were called but cancelled.
Okay.
I have been out of this country for about 4 weeks, just got back. I made my own positions known to the chairman of the board of trustees and some of our colleagues. It's not a personal thing. It is in the interest. The beauty of democracy is that we must continue to exchange ideas. It's not a hatred for one person or the other. It is how best can we restabilize, refloat the party so that all the full body with the arm, the leg, the eyes, the feet, and everything will be in position for the battle ahead. That's all. That's all. And that if people have better ideas or better opinion, how we will go through this route of inclusivity that would encourage our people in Yoruba land to say, yes, we are ready. We now know what they have given us. We are ready to support this candidature. We will be there. But to say wait until after something, we will be doing an injurious punch to our people. And we have held meetings, we have listened to them. More so now. In the past, you could have gotten away with it. The state of the nation now, that we are almost at the zenith of mistrust in this country. Everybody, the tribes are all in their various different positions. Everybody, ready for one battle or the other. No. This country belongs to all of us. Let us revisit it. Let us respect each other. Let us love each other the way it started. And a democratic dispensation is not a 100-meter dash race. It's a continuum. But imagine if what is happening now is all from the south, and my brothers have nothing in the north. Would they accept that? How would they go and convince their people? So we are saying this is what we have noticed. Please correct it so that we are all ready, fully battle ready to kick out this contraption called APC. Please.
All right, Chief Bode George, you called on the warring parties, so to speak, in your party to share Tokuda. That was just speaking on general terms. In specific, what do you think is the single most important step that can be taken to calm the situation?
I just told you. When you see, I had linked the party to the human body. Every part of the body requires some recognition or the other. If you fail to recognize your eyes, you know how demeaning it will be and the trouble you will go through. If you refuse to honor the feet, you know what that can do for you. Even in your anus, where the excreta passes through, if you refuse to do what it wants you to do, you'll be in real problem. So take that as an example about the party. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar. Give everybody what is due for them. Go back to that link of the 6 top positions that link the party to the legislative arm and the executive arm, so that everybody will have one part or the other and be guaranteed. That will make us look like proper, better managers. And then we can now, Nigerians who are more than us, who are card-carrying members, will now be reassured that we can trust this party, we can trust these people, because if they are able to manage their crisis, they will be able to manage even the crisis of Nigeria, so that the resources of this nation will be better managed for the benefit of the people. But if they are not able to carry them along and convince them, then what are we going to tell them? Please trust us, if we can't trust ourselves. So I've told all both sides, Adankara, Wayo, Emusuru, let them calm down for the sake of our nation, for the sake of this party. No individual interest should be higher or bigger than the party interest.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Perspective on Citizen 93.7. And we are looking at the PDP and its crisis. We have Chief OLABODE George, former Deputy National Chairman of the party, and he's been speaking to some of the issues in the PDP. You can call us on 0903 222 9797, or you can call us on 0808 2222 037. Or you can call us on 0818 2222 05. You can also send us WhatsApp message on any of these numbers, and we will read them out. So, Chief OLABODE George, let's look at the situation. Worst case scenario: can a Governor Wike abandon the party? What will be the consequences of this?
I don't think in my wildest dream that Wike would abandon the ship he has been part of for a long time. I told you the other political party is a congregation of strange dead fellows. They are a contraption. You can look at now every sector of this nation. Where are we?
But Chief OLABODE George, with what is happening in your party, it doesn't look as if the PDP is faring any better.
No. You wait. We had this issue of zoning, which was a major problem ahead of us before. We were able to resolve that amicably before the convention. Now, the fallout of this convention is this, and I want to tell you, to confirm to you, as the foundation member of this party, I have served the party 10 years at the top echelon of the party. I was there in the National Working Committee for 10 years. I saw how our founding fathers brought about this party, and we continue on that route. And we had never been this base. But it does not mean we will not have crisis. But our ability to manage the crisis, our ability to rise above this pettiness is what will be a measure of our competence, which we will sell to Nigerians. You wait. There is still time on our side.
Really? Really?
Yeah. Oh, there is plenty of time on our side. We will resolve it. I want to reassure you. We will resolve our differences. I am sure there are so many meetings. You know, because of this division now, I'm in Lagos. Majority are in Abuja. Others at various state headquarters and all that. And there are moves that are going on. And we can see the negativity being shot at us to prevent us from achieving our goal. But the party has the people, experienced people, responsible people, respectable people, leaders that have served this nation meritoriously. They will rise above this pettiness, and we will come as a surprise very soon to resolve this crisis.
Well, Chief OLABODE George, some people believe, some of your leaders also believe that at the core of the crisis of the PDP is the party's knack for disregard for internal democracy. At the core, that's what a lot of your leaders believe.
You know what happened? You remember you made mention of Secondus regime.
Yes.
That was when we started derailing. And if we didn't love the party at that time, we would have kept quiet. Even if I have to be the only voice in the wilderness talking about it, because only the pages of history will set records right. I kept saying to them, the tripod that the founding father established for this platform, fairness, justice, and equity, we must never throw them overboard. That was what happened. They removed fairness, like you said. There was no proper judicious activity. They real people to pay Paul. and all kinds of things. We were drifting. We removed ourselves completely from the norm, from the route. By the time it became obvious to everybody that this is a very cancerous ill for the party, everybody came back, looked at it, and took a decision. Now, this one is only this last hurdle for us to go over. And we will, by the grace of the Almighty God. I have that strong belief, because we have done everything humanly possible. The only thing now is just this last hurdle. What do we do with the national chairmanship? He himself stated emphatically that if presidential candidate comes from the north, I will resign. He knows why he said that. What the delay is now, I don't know. I just don't know. So if some devils are trying to walk and undermine us there, we better remove the veil on our faces and see the truth. Nigerians are waiting for us. We must be prepared to do what is right, what is just, what is equitable, and what is fair.
All right. It's still Perspective on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. And our guest is Chief OLABODE George, former Deputy National Chairman of the party. And he's been speaking on issues concerning the PDP currently. You can be part of this program. We still have about 7 minutes to go. You can still call us on 0903 222-9797, or you can call us on 0808 222-037, or on 0818 222-22205, or you can send us a WhatsApp message on any of these numbers. There is a message here. Let me read it. It says, Citizen FM, this is another kudos to you guys. I enjoy all your programs. Thank you so much. It says, my name is Abiodun. He didn't put his second name, and I'm writing him from Metama. I really appreciate, that's what he says, I really appreciate the interventions of Chief OLABODE George. I've always known him to speak his mind, but my problem is the party leaders seems not to be listening to its elders and words of wisdom. That may spell doom for the party. That's it from this writer, Chief OLABODE George.
I think Abuja is the major center for all our operations. A lot of concerned leaders have also contacted me, and I've explained my own position to them, and they have asked that we should be patient. They are working on it. We still have up to the end of September before we start the real campaign. But I want to assure you that this party that I have known since 1998, we will rise above it. It's a challenge, and by the grace of the Almighty God, we will surmount it. People, we don't have that kind of a godfather like they have in the APC.
Well, you used to have when you were in power. Your party used to have a lot of them.
No, a lot. If you say a lot, it means it's not centered in one. It's not one emperor.
But you see, you used to have godfathers all the same. You still used to have godfathers all the same. Anyway,
you will have leaders.
Let's move on, sir.
People call them godfathers, but you have like if you are a leader, like I'm a leader in Lagos, I don't take all the decisions myself. We have a pool of other elders, and when the elders meet, we exchange ideas with the members of the working committee and the other members at various levels. But like I said to you, when the younger people are cutting the roko tree in the bush, it's only the old man who knows where that tree will fall. And to prevent accident, you will talk to them. You don't ram it on them. It's always a discussion. And a better idea is always more acceptable than just some kind of a violent one. We discuss like civilized people, and we take the best option at every opportune time. That is the norm that was established in the party. And once we are deviating from it, the elders, members of the board of trustees, I'm a life board of trustee member, so we can call them to order to say, don't forget where you are coming from. This had not been an acceptable norm in the party. But if you don't have that, then the party will drift. I have no doubt. Like you coming back in another couple of two weeks, we would have resolved this issue.
Okay,
but I
will note that.
There are so many other people that are coming in now with stories. You remember Wike replied recently. Some people say, "Oh, he went to court." These lies on the trading that he has taken the party to court. He wants to jump ship. He wants to do this. Oh, President Atiku did that. Atiku did this.
Okay.
Those are arrangements of imagination of some people.
All right. Chief Judge, we are actually running out of time. But I cannot end this program without asking this question. There are also agitations in states, PDP states across Nigeria, not just at the federal level now. In Delta, for example, in Lagos, in Lagos, you have even been fingered as one of those who is fanning the embers of discord in your party by supporting party members in other political parties. How true is this?
You know, people will say all kinds of garbage they want. You know, people will say all kinds of stories they want. That doesn't bother me. They will smash and slam, and it could even come from the opposition to malign you. You know, if you have your facts, come directly, say it directly, slam dunk directly. All this cheap talk, I don't believe in it. I'm a general, and once I set my mind that I am going, I am going. If I believe in a cause, I'm never shy to say the way it is, because I was brought up to tell the truth to power. You know, my great-grand-uncle was the first Nigerian who started a political party, and that's Papa Elas Abad Macaulay. I came from that stock. So who am I to now want to derail? To impress who? What do I need this? What would I gain by undermining the party that I say I belong to? Once you belong to an association, your full bone must be there. Apart from my military training, it gives us that once you take an oath to belong to an association, you must show everything humanly possible. And it is a voluntary organization. But because I believe in the cause of this party, I remain completely embedded in the norms of the party. All these characters, you will find them. This is their season. They say this, they go there, they tell stories. That doesn't bother me at all. Let us say, if we do anything wrong, I will stand up and say it to you, to your face. That means in my...
Chief Bode George, just before we end it, in 2021, you contemplated leaving the PDP if Prince Secondus was not sacked during that saga. Are you thinking now? Are you thinking of leaving if Senator Ayu remains in office?
You know, no. There's a whole lot of difference between what Secondus handled and what is going on now. What Secondus was taking the party to the doldrums of hell. Like you said, this internal democracy completely was forgotten. They were doing it, dashing positions to people who don't merit it. I said these people will kill this party. And everybody listened and told him to take a bow and just edge him out. This particular one, it is the last hurdle before we can stabilize and go as an undivided party to the battle ahead of us. What we are saying is that the presidency and the national chairman cannot come from the same zone. It's not today, George. This is how the founding fathers established the norm. Don't derail it, because if you do that, then you have sucked the party management under the executive arm of the government. No.
All right.
We can't see.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Very simple. Very simple.
Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you so much, Chief OLABODE George, former Deputy National Chairman of the PDP and a life member of the Board of Trustees. It's been such a pleasure having you as our guest on Perspective.
It is my pleasure too, and I enjoyed it. Anything to do with explaining our positions, the policies, the programs, the norms of the party, how we came about, and this, to me, is the only route that can unite Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's our package on Perspective for today. Perspective returns next week with another interesting guest and another interesting topic. My name is Lawrence Omoite. Have a beautiful day ahead. News on the Hour comes up next.
Join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy.